Well, Dr. Stephen Nash from FIG Securities joins us now to talk a little bit about that and some of the other major issues in the fixed income space. Let's start with the banks and this move, I suppose, started by Mike Kelly, the ANZ boss, and now backed up by Gail Kelly, Stephen, trying to cut this link between what the RBA does in terms of the cash rate and the influence or where their interest rates should be. I mean, is it a good move?
Look, I think they're just trying to explain what's going on in financial markets now. And what's happening basically is that all major bank financial spreads in terms of European and US banks have moved way out. Even the supranationals have moved way out. What's happened is the major bank credit spreads have remained quite low. So what the banks are expecting next year is that's not a sustainable position, and that those major bank spreads will move out. That means their cost of funding will go up, and that may mean a linkage between the RBA cash rate and their funding costs may change quite a bit next year.
Politically, though, it's going to be a tough sell for the banks. The Treasurer, very much one of his pet interests, I suppose, of late is putting pressure on the banks. It's going to be a tough PR sell.
Look, I think what the banks have got to do is engage everyone and explain their position. I think it's a bit of an education exercise, and they do have some time to do that. It's all about the global situation as inspired by Europe. So it's really, I think people are aware that things in Europe are difficult. What they're not aware of is what's happening with funding costs, and I think they just have to explain that a little bit more. Also, the government has really got to help explain that as well, and I think the Battaglino speech went some way to doing that yesterday.
Look, I wanted to get your thoughts. You mentioned Europe. It seems to be, I suppose, in the background of everything seemingly that's happening on markets at the moment. Importantly, we got that Italian bond auction. Let's be honest, it did not go well for the Italians.
Look, no, it's another poor result. There's question marks about the involvement of the ECB or continued involvement. I think there's got to be some changes that allow the ECB to take a more aggressive role. I think what politicians have done is worked on that longer-term, medium-term solution, but we need something immediately, some short-term bridge to get us across towards that fiscal union, and I think the ECB can play a really big part in that. The problem is they're not set up to do it right now, and they've got to get changes that allow them to have a bigger role.
But it seems everybody knows what the answer needs to be, as you say, that bridging move towards that longer-term fiscal union. It is the ECB, it is stimulus, it is printing more money.
Yeah.
Germans, they won't let it happen. I mean, how much, I suppose, turmoil, volatility does there need to be in the market before Angela Merkel goes, let's just forget about the hyperinflation issues of the past and start trying to fix the current and future?
Look, we're already seeing, in terms of some of the industrial production figures, anticipations of recessions in Europe as a whole, including Germany. So I think we're going to get increasing pressure on Germany to change its attitude and to support the expanded role of the ECB as an interim solution. We're not talking about a permanent solution, we're talking about an interim solution which can be revised when the fiscal union is closer.
Does the Fed have a role here at all in terms, or a potential role to put pressure to get the ECB to, I suppose, mimic some of the actions of the Fed in printing money? I mean, we got obviously that FOMC meeting statement. They suggested downside risks very much Europe, but they've stayed, very much off the trigger in terms of any further stimulus. If they were to go ahead with that, would that then put pressure on the Europeans to do more?
Hopefully it would, but I think the market was a little bit disappointed because the Fed actually acknowledged that there's a lot of downside risk, but preferred not to do anything. I mean, Evans has been out there calling for further quantitative easing for quite a while. I think he's right. I think that's what the market wants. However, we have had better than expected data, but it's really not good enough at the moment to pull the US out of its problems with deflation and unemployment. So Evans is pushing the idea that they need to take risks. They need to get the expansion moving, so it will offset any problem from Europe, and I think that's what the market really wants.
All right, Stephen, look, always good to talk. Thanks very much for your time today.
Thanks very much. Bye.